We're going to take the North and never give it back.
So that's a good pick. You get the corner. I got to go bold, right? I got to go bold for this.
Yeah, she's got some nice.
Welcome back to the Unbearable Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Barron. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're out there on YouTube. And also rate the show 5 stars everywhere that you get your podcast. What is up? We have Film Review Mondays. Maybe I got to get a better name for these, but if this is your first time coming in, thank you so much. We break down all the tape that's out there. Usually go with the offense first, then we're going to break down the defense. And this is my first time going through the tape, so you'll be going through it live with me. And also, if you're watching this later on and you want to catch these live, Mondays at around 7:15, we go live, and then we just go throughout the entire night as long as we can and break down the tape. But I think today is going to be a pretty good day of tape because just from what we were seeing already, Caleb has been great. Like he was really good last game. So that's where I'm really excited to break down this tape. We got Taco Man out there. We have Michael out there. I'm excited to break this down because it seemed like he was making a lot of great decisions out there. And also, it felt too that with this new system, I just really want to see what this new system looks like as well, because what did Thomas Brown do that was a little bit different than what Shane Waldron was doing as well? So let's get ready, grab your drinks, and let's get into this. So let's start out. I think what we're going to do this time is we're just going to break down the Caleb. We're just going to break down all of the offense, so we won't go like pass and then run or other things like that with it. So yeah, Taco Man saying line them up. I don't think that there's going to be some bad stuff out there on this tape. So that's my feeling on this overall, is that we probably won't get some bad tape. But let's see this first play and what they're first showing. So we have our tight end here, then we got the top 2 in the back, 1 up here, 1 down below. All right, so they're pressing up. We got the motion. And this is another thing they were saying, that we were running a whole bunch of motion out there. So we got a little bit of motion, snap, handoff up the middle. All right, let's look at the offensive line view. And let's take a gander at this. So you got the motion, you have them shifting this way. You got double block there, double block there. And then you have Rome also kind of coming in to kind of hit this wham, the wham cutback block. So what you're hoping for is that 2 here, they go there, 2 there, they go there. He gets to the next level, Rome hits him, and then you're hoping that DJ keeps this guy distracted. So let's just see this. So far, good block from Darnell Wright. You see, okay, Shelton, you're one-on-one. Pryor's getting to the next level. And then you're hoping that he's hitting him. And that's where, I don't know if he was thinking that he was going to get him or if they were going to just have a free runner. Because if the design is free runner, yeah, you got to really just hit the hole, run as fast as you can. Ultimately, he comes away with the tackle. That's where, to me, I don't know if you didn't want to hit him, but that's kind of what you do, especially if you're the fullback. You're supposed to take that guy. You're supposed to wham back on him, because now look, if he whams him, he's up the middle. So from the design of the play, it seems like that is more of Rome's guy in that situation. If not, then you got to be running straight ahead if you're swift on that. So now what do we have here? I actually kind of want to see. Okay, so we have an incomplete pass. I just wanted to see that because I wanted to kind of see what Caleb is kind of seeing out here. So what you have 2 press coverage. They just went with press coverage. You got, looks like a single high safety. Want to at least see them because they're right in the middle. 2 linebackers. We know that we have about 10 yards to go. All right, and they're not really showing any sort of blitz. They just have 2 up, and we got more of this bunch set, which I heard some people talk about tweet out that we had a little bit more bunch sets where we're closer together. Then we go right back with the fake handoff. And so we have 3 people running routes right now. You kind of have Keenan with the back there. And now, short pass, just a little out of reach. But this is what we were talking about, that you're at least getting, this is good because you have at least 3 options. You can go boom, and then that was going to be covered. So he makes the right read, just not a great pass. Yeah, that's just where, right out the get-go, right there, he sees it, just a little behind. He didn't want to throw it ahead. I get that, but it's just, if you make that decision, just get out a little bit earlier. So not great right there. But let's see what we have right here. Yeah, you're going to be throwing the football. So right now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 on the line of scrimmage. And then you got the bunch. Then you got the trips out here. Tight end out far wide. This guy's giving a lot of space to Cole Kmet. Assuming that this guy's also a blitzer. And then you have 2 corners deep, 1 playing a little bit short, 1 single high safety. So it looks like they're probably going to play more of a man-to-man. They have Kmet back in a block, so you're really just going to have these 3 running their routes right here. So you're hoping that they can beat their man. He's sitting back. You have 1 deep, 2 kind of cutting across. And this, oh, never mind. Stop right there. If he was continuing to go, yeah, you might have something. Yeah, not anything great. You have 2 people there. They have that covered. Don't love the route design. Don't love the route concept. But ultimately, Caleb escaping. And it's like, let's see, with Rome's already kind of just like jogging right there. Yeah, full speed maybe, but weird little design. But Caleb escapes. Caleb gets the yards, first down. All right, let's see how the blocking goes. So they are, in fact, bringing 6. Then they have Roshan back. Okay, so far, so good. Shelton's a little bit sideways. They're covering the stunt. Braxton getting beat a little bit on that side. Honestly, good block by Cole. But yeah, contain, push. Yeah. Not terrible. Like good blocking on the right-hand side. Braxton lets his guy go a little bit around. And yeah, and I agree with Taco Man. They were all bunched up in the same area. So, yet again, this is still the same playbook as Shane Waldron. So, yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. Yet again, all kind of, they bunched them up, all kind of doing similar things. And yeah, none of them really getting out there or really kind of breaking out from it. So, let's see. We got some motion. And what they're showing right now, they got the deep there. Looks like he's not going to be blitzing, so he's probably going to be on there. So maybe some sort of zone just because he's got a little bit off on him. 2 linebackers there, but then you have DJ, and then you have the wide receiver right here. A lot of space back here. Perfect. They see that. Because, yeah, right when they shift the motion, this guy's staying back. That is perfect. It's a beautiful design just because they got 1 person back. Hit with the quick little screen. Exactly what you want to see. Let's check out the blocking. All right, so Keenan at least held his guy for as long as Keenan Allen can actually ever has held the block this season. Then you got 3. They said this on the broadcast. If he runs this left, If he's just like tells Braxton like go, so he's running up left. Yeah, ran out left. Good stuff. Kind of wish Braxton was like sprinting out there. Like I'd be like, go, fat man, go. But good play. It works. J2K working on a project, but want to say hi. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always curious about the designs that you work on too. Like I saw what you did for Bearski Film. That was super cool. And you also did Bears Country, right? Because I thought that I saw that as well. All right, I think that this is a run play. Yep. Actually, I just want to see a couple ones. Run, pass, run. Cool. So far, nothing too eventful out here with the plays. So let's see this run design. Okay. So initially, you kind of have this bunch concept. These guys, the wide receivers are crashing in, so Keenan should get the safety, DJ should get the corner, then boom, block, block, and then you're expecting that these guys can get to the next level. One, like try to push. Actually, that's just like a really, yeah, because this guy comes crashing down at the last second. You see him trying to hit there. And they really shift. Like this guy shifts, and now you're really going to have to get there because you're running left. Block, should be double block. So then you have him free and him free. He's crashing down. Your wide receivers just simply don't get to it. And I mean, they do. You get a good clear out block by Mercedes. Like that's a really good clear out by Mercedes. It's just you're not really getting much else there. Bates trying to, yet again, they had to kind of do the little shift. I don't love the thing that we've seen with this is that the wide receivers, when we're asking them to block, it's not good. Got some motion. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Let's check this out. Because on first glance, when I saw this, it was another reason why Matt Pryor is a backup offensive lineman, shouldn't be a starter. Let's see. So you're running a counter. So you got 2 there. So you're trying to do 2 here so that they can get here. So Pryor's got to hit this guy. And then you're hoping that, yeah, Pryor he ain't fast enough. Can't get to him. 7's just too fast. Just plain simple. Thanks, J2K. Yeah, I just I used Canvas templates. Canva templates, and then grabbed some little audio and video stuff and then threw those out there. That's what I ended up doing. Thank you, though. But yeah, so what we got here, so Caleb right now is processing. He's got yet again, they're playing some pretty tight coverage on the corner, on the wide receivers. They got tight coverage there, off coverage there. So what I'm curious about is why they have something like that with the one-on-one. Maybe they might shift to like a cover 3 where these guys all shift down here. But yeah, the middle is wide open, which is also very intriguing. They got 5 people looking like they're going to be blitzing. Maybe he's so what I'm thinking is they shift and then he's going to kind of pop in the middle. And maybe they're just going to do like a cover 2. He pops in the middle. Let's see. All right. So what we have man to man. He's looking left. He's looking at this all the way and just simply does not get it. Because this is what, 3rd down? He sees the man coverage. He wants to get it out. And it's just not anywhere near him. That's where you don't know. And that's where it just comes down to timing. Just comes down to repetition. So, misfire there. Yet again, just like with the classic Bear stuff, slow starts. But let's see. They end up doing that overload to this side. So personally, I'd like to see Roshan kind of shift over, but they go, no, Roshan, you got the linebacker. We got everybody else. Look at the Roshan blocking, man. Ultimately, he ends up on the ground, but you're talking about one-on-one versus a linebacker. Does pretty well. That guy just essentially uses Roshan as a stunt. That's why I kind of like the idea of if you just had Roshan help out over there, prior hit there, so that they can handle the stunt. Because ultimately, then they just wind up doing a stunt there. Braxton just kind of passes this guy over. I don't fault Darnell for any of that, just because it's weird stuff. And all right. And here we go. We got a run coming. And this is also then when we see Jake Curran out there. So far with Ryan Bates, I didn't see anything amazing, anything crazy, anything bad. Let's look at this run. Yet again, motion, so they kind of just reset. They go right in the middle. Yet again, another little bunch set where everyone's kind of close together on the line of scrimmage. All right, so we got the duo concept. So you put tight end out on a linebacker, which you kind of anticipate nothing good is going to happen with that. Double, so they got to go boom, boom. Don't love this just because you're really asking a lot for Keenan, who has not been a good blocker, to really kind of pick this up. So you're open, boom, and then boom. All right, so you got this, and then it's just going to be up to Keenan, and then you're just hoping you can just kind of sprint right through. I don't like the little stutter, right? Because when you get this, you just kind of, in these duo concepts, it works because you don't expect Cole to hold that block for very long. Does a little bit of a stutter. Just ultimately, it's a lot to ask Keenan to try to hit this. You'd like to kind of hit it there, but yet again, the duo concept, you got a tight end on a defensive end. You expect the defensive end to win that. All right, let's look at some of the next upcoming plays. We got pass, 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 pass. Yeah, pass, pass, pass. 4 passes. 4 pass, pass. All right, so if we're running the pass right here, if we're looking at this, we got 4 on the line of scrimmage, 3 in there. You got 1 single high, and then you're looking at this. You have 2 wide receivers out here, so you're anticipating that they're either playing some sort of zone or they're going to play man where 29 is then on him. They run a motion. So because of that, you're looking like this sings more like it's going to be zone coverage. You're starting to see that a little bit. And then like what we thought, kind of too high. You got that right there. So let's see where his eyes go. His eyes are going right. You kind of have the quick out. And then there. Could have that right there. Looks off of it a little fast. Goes through his progressions. And you know what? Ends up hitting Swift. Not bad. But just gets off, Yet again, if you're trying to tell him to go as quick as he can, go a little bit faster. I don't mind that, but yet again goes to get some yards. Let's check out the blocking. Okay. Braxton gets beat off the jump a little bit. But honestly, kind of coming back nice. Good block there. 2 blocks. Pushes him into Curhan. Yeah, Braxton essentially gets beat right there. Darnell gets pushed back, but still kind of has his guy. They do a good block there. But yeah, Braxton's the one that gets the minus on that play right there. Which I did take a peek at the PFF grades, and I saw Braxton was like one of the highest grades. So I'm a little surprised. Like he's had a lot of down stuff. So let's see what they're showing us right here. Okay, so they have linebacker out here. Corner. All right, so they're not really showing too much, but then when they move, he moves with them. So you're kind of assuming it's going to be man-to-man. And then he's still trying to get there. He's looking left, so maybe he's going to have a little short. Yep. So what they're hoping here is that when you have Keenan running, he's still playing off, and then the expectation is that right when he makes this, you hit him. And if you look at it, he's kind of got that. And maybe you could get a little bit of a rub there. He's got it, but he just doesn't release it quite in time and makes a good option to kind of hold on to it. You do have, I like this matchup though. I like this matchup that you have. He's got some space. I think if he holds it, he's good. But otherwise, looks to the middle. And honestly, good find. I really like that play design. Like, that's a really good play design. Because that, especially when they're playing that off coverage, that's good. You got that option, that option. That's a really good play design. And also, I want to see just what does Rome do here. Rome, good move. Good little mini screen right there. Mini little, like not a illegal block or anything like that. That's just, yet again, this is good. Caleb going through his reads. Okay, you got 5. Good pickup. Braxton struggling a little bit. I mean, Braxton's whole thing with this is he's just tossing them to the outside. Solid blocking. Braxton's now he's not getting pushed back like he normally does now. Now he's just throwing them behind the quarterback. How if I like that more? All right, so what we're seeing here, let's go to the beginning. All right, yet again, they're playing up. They're showing too high. 5 along the line of scrimmage. 2 safeties. I mean, two linebackers, 2 safeties deep. As soon as they snap, little play action. All right, looks like they're going to be playing more of a zone. Scrambles out. Yeah, Curran just makes the pocket move a little bit, but man, you have DJ. I think he sees the pressure. He sees that. And if he stays strong, this is a good driving throw that he could make right there. I don't love the idea that he scrambled out. I think he was just trying to buy some more time. I don't love that play. I don't love that play. I like that he at least gets some yards, but I feel like let's see what he sees at this angle. Because right off the jump, what he sees is this guy bearing down on him. He's got 2 people out here. And good pickup. But the Cole push really doesn't help him out right there. Really doesn't help out Darnell. Yet again, I do not fault Darnell for this. It's kind of, Cole just does a little bit too much there. But he's got, I get why, but it's like, you just see him get into his break. I don't love that from Caleb. But yet, again, turns it into a positive. But I think that when you look at the tape, he's got to stay a little stronger, not completely bail out. He's still looking downfield, but it's like, yeah, DJ was open if he stood in the pocket, and he was looking that way anyways. Technically a pass play. And I agree, Taco Man. Poor DJ. And then they go, you know what, DJ, we're sorry about that. Here you go. So they're having them run all this way. They're hoping that they're really hoping this guy does not sniff it out. And they're just saying, DJ, you just have to blow by this guy. And then you got your 2 wide receivers blocking. Yeah. Keenan just hasn't been good. Ron, what's good, my friend? It's rough being a Bears fan, isn't it? Yeah, it's the life of a Bears fan. I haven't felt that type of anxiety in quite some time. When I was sitting there being like, oh man, we're going to miss this field goal. All right, so we're doing the toss. We're having all three of them kind of go out to this side. Yeah, there's no way he's hitting him. So you're kind of hoping, okay, Rome can hopefully push him. Then boom, boom, and then maybe all the way out to the safety. That's how you kind of draw it up. And so now you got blocking. And really, you have some halfway decent blocking. And yeah. Curran just doesn't get to his guy. 7 makes a good play. Because if you're able to just, if Shelton's able to hold on to his guy for a little bit, Curran's a little bit faster, that's a touchdown. Good blocking on the outside. All right, but let's see what they're showing us. Okay, they got 1 coming in. They have 4 at the line of scrimmage. So yet again, this could most likely going to be single high because they're matching up there. They're matching up there. So they got the corners a little bit deep. So they're anticipating something farther. You got your tight end here, running back there. 2 wideouts. 3 total wide receivers. They're sitting back. Looks like a zone. He sees it. Boom. Pitch and catch. Love it. They're playing off on him. You see the zone. Throw it. Good stuff. And this is why Caleb is very good against the zone. Because it looks so easy, but that's zone coverage. All right, blocking. Blocking is good. Good blocking from Braxton. Jay Curran, good blocks. A lot better than what we saw at tackle. Because at tackle, he was a human turnstile. A lot better than what we saw out of Doug Kramer, too. And they got good D tackles in Green Bay. All right. Let's see what they're showing us. So with this, it's going to be a zone. Zone coverage. Play action. You really just have 3, so this is going to be your little dump off. But I think what you're trying to see is try to get some separation. Nothing except for that. That's a beautiful throw. And for anybody that's curious about DJ being open, it's because the ball is already out, so they're already going down there. And then this guy's already stopping. So DJ not actually open there, as they're all kind of stopping there. But man, that's a good throw. It did not look like there was much separation out there. There wasn't really a lot going on in that play. That was good. But I agree with you, Ron. That block, I can't wait to see that back. Let's see how we got this. We got the 2 blocking. Boom, boom, boom. Braxton yet again, he's causing some more disruption. He's still trying to get him just around. At the same time, I don't know what I like better. What does Chad think? Because typically Braxton just gets driven straight back. Part of me likes that at least, and that's probably why you see Caleb being able to run it more, because if Braxton's throwing his guy to the outside, then at least Caleb has the ability to run it to the left. If you're going to get beat well, right? But good blocking by the tight ends, good blocking there. Just very well placed ball. I really did not see this throw on Twitter at all today. This is a very good throw. Very good throw. Puts it in the perfect spot. Good catch. Oh, yes, here we go. And Michael and Takaman, y'all have the both same exact like differing opinions, and that's exactly like kind of how I feel too. It's like to me it could go either way, but let's see. Caleb sees this. You just see them all frantically going here. And honestly, I love that they're using him as a runner because you see them all just sell out for it. He does a very good job just getting to the outside, and that's exactly what you want to see. He gets stopped by the safety. That's what you were expecting. Questionable flag, but all right. So here, this is just some schoolyard, backyard stuff. This is not going to toot my own horn for backyard football types of plays, but this is just like, this is what I used to do all the time. And it would tick off my friends, but it's like anytime that someone would just like play deep on someone, you just throw it right to them. Like, this is just easy stuff. He identifies it, just misfires. And that's the frustrating part. He misfires, but man, if that's caught, that's 10 yards. So bad throw from Caleb there. Let's see what else is kind of coming up. So we got throw, run. All right, so we got up tight, middle right there, 4 at the line of scrimmage, kind of hovering around. Not really showing too much. Let's see what they do with the motion. So maybe a zone. It's kind of hard just because he got the 3 line. Oh, yeah, this is the, yep. Yeah, nothing really to see here. And for anyone that's like, well, why didn't we block anybody? This is just kind of what a lot of people try to do. They try to disguise, this is our run. So they're trying to be like, okay, this is how we run the football. And he sneaks it out. He understands what it is. And that's it. It's that naked boot where you're just, no one else is blocking that guy. You're hoping that he gets sold on the run. All right, but let's see what we got going on here. They're playing deep, too high. What time is it right now for this? This is, okay, 3rd and 20. Makes sense. 3rd and 20. So we got some long developing routes. We have the trips. We know that they're going to be playing deep. Got the quick, easy one. We kind of have 3 over here. I don't mind this at all because you know they're playing deep. You get the ball into your playmaker's hands. So you're kind of just anticipating some people can start blocking. And you can see that, like, yeah, he wants to block right there. Ultimately, that guy ends up making the play. I don't mind that play call. Especially when you know they're going to be deep. I really like that. Because you're either trying to just huck one deep, but that's why you also have because I was curious why they have Travis Homer out there. Special teams ace, but that's the reason why. I feel I have to drink because I haven't said gross at all. Yeah, exactly. It's like a down the road screen. I like it. All right. Another thing that I like seeing is that we're just not seeing a lot of Gerald Everett. Still really like that signing. Surprised that he's just been absolute trash here. All right, we got the double, block there. Trying to run the counter. Curran ultimately, yeah. When you got Curran stumbling. Yeah, and Gary ultimately makes this play. Gary's getting pushed this way. We're not able to create too much. Gary slides off, makes the play. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when someone slips, when someone falls. can't coach that. It's all on Tony Medlin, the equipment manager. Okay. So they're playing zone. You can tell just because, or you can safely assume because they're not really shifting anybody over to that side. So you got zone coverage, still a wide receiver on the 2 wide receivers up top. He sees zone and just very good read. Sees zone, sees how deep he's playing, wide open. Love that read. Playing fast, playing smart. Yeah, we don't even have to really like review the offensive line because he's just getting the ball out. Okay. Yet again, similar concept here. Kind of assuming zone. Looks like Cole just gets beat. Let's check this out. Are we tanking the rest for the better draft pick? I don't know. Let me know. I'm going to ask this. I'm going to start a poll. Kind of want to see what you say. Do you want to tank for a pick or do you want to win some games? 'Cause I don't know. I'll wait till y'all start adding some and let me know. I feel like I have an idea what us Bears fans, what you chat want. Okay, so I don't blame them fully just because it's a little bit of an awkward thing. If they're trying to get to this area, he almost like goes a little too far. So yeah, if they're trying to do a true stretch, then yeah. See, I thought y'all would say tank for a pick because I know how much we love the draft. Like we all love the draft. And I think it was Rex Ryan that said it. He's like, it was the perfect situation for the Bears because he's like, you guys lose, so you guys can get your new head coach, but your quarterback looked great. All right, so right now we just see that little shift, but I really like how this Packers team has been playing defense. They keep only one person out here, like one corner. Nice. Good read. They have one person out there, so like I think also this Packers defense, this schematically is kind of easy. Like you could kind of tell that that's a zone. So schematically, this helps him at least read it because he's going to go against one of the most difficult schemes to read in the Minnesota system. So you got block. Good blocking. I don't know. I think ultimately, I just want to see wins. I'm still rooting for wins. We probably got a bunch of yards to go. Oh, wow. Only 3rd and 5. They're giving a lot of space. We got 5 wide. Let's see what we got here. Little slants up the middle. As soon as that's there. Yeah. Where's his eyes first? He's looking right. Because he probably wants to try to move him a little bit. Looks back. Nothing there. So yet again, he's going through his reads very quick. Which is good, right? We want more of that rather than sliding off. Honestly, that ended up working really well. But yeah, just that guy didn't bide for it as much, stays on Komet, and ultimately runs. I don't hate that. I like it. Let's check out this line. Block. Yeah, Michael saying, am I wrong for thinking we should draft for replacements for everybody on the offensive line except Darnell Wright? I agree. No, I agree because I think with Tevin, we don't know yet, right? Because he's going to be a free agent. Um, with the injuries, it's hard yet again. Hopefully, you don't know because people really don't take hometown discounts at all, right? And so this is I call it like the Akeem Hicks theory, where like Akeem Hicks, he was going to get less money going somewhere else, but if the Bears offered him that lesser money deal, he just simply was not going to resign. It was almost like insulting, like, why Bears? Why would you give me this? And so I feel like if the Bears were to give Tevin what he's going to get on the open market, I feel like he would be like, no, forget that. I'm leaving. So yeah, I agree with Taco Man. I think Tevin's going to be gone. I think Tevin will be gone. So I think you're definitely, to your point, Michael, I think definitely you're drafting any sort of replacement besides Braxton Jones. But the thing is, I mean, besides Darnell Wright, not Braxton Jones. Yeah, besides the all-pro that is Braxton Jones after his one block. No, but I agree. I think that's Darnell is definitely someone that he has the body type. You invested the top pick in him. And like, I know we said this on this show that I think for me, I love the idea of drafting a left tackle, but you can keep Braxton out there because Braxton could be your guard. Braxton could be the starter because yet again, it takes a tackle, a good year for them to understand the system. And like Will Campbell out of Texas is going to be right in that teen area. So really no Joe Walt this year. Joe Walt, Penny Sewell, kind of that blue chip player at the offensive line spot, but you at least have some first round prospects. The way that I would like put the equivalent to is kind of like Paris Johnson coming out. Not like during Darnell Wright's year, where Paris Johnson was kind of seen as the number one guy, but he wasn't like a blue chip player. He was just good, like Will Campbell and then the other tackle out of LSU. But still, there's a lot of time for the draft. So, but yeah, there's a good amount of tackles that you can get in the first. All right, and in this one, they're moving it this way. They snap it. This guy totally reads it. And DJ Moore making plays. All right, another run play. I want to see what else we got. All right, we are at 2-minute warning. So we got pass, run. Pass, run. All right, here we go. Let's check this out. First off, right after we say Darnell is the only one that you can't replace, complete whiff right there. Got two, yet again, duo right up the middle. You want him to just, good. Puts his head down, runs right up. Poor blocking. Nothing really there. All right, so you got press coverage. You got the single high. ultimately run. I love this. Like, I love when Caleb's running it too, because he gets that playmaker mentality. And honestly, this is a bold move because he's not fully committed. He just goes, you know what? I'm just going to take this. Runs out, gets the first. True. Yeah, Michael, like Darnell, it definitely could change, but yeah, it's 2 years in, right? I think that with any offensive lineman, you give them that 3 years. That's where, like, to me, I've been a fan of Braxton. Like, I've been a fan of Braxton Jones, but with this being like his 3rd year and not seeing this giant jump or, the bigger jump, like, offensive tackles need those 3 years. But let's see what we got out here. We got the 3 up. You got your single high, kind of similar to what they ran before, but rather than up at the line of scrimmage, got this. They're playing tight coverage. He's caught up at the line, moves off of him. Yeah, he's getting jammed well. And then what you got going on here? Got the out, got the in. Kind of like the idea of throwing it to the in. Caleb just has the pressure around him. Runs for the first. Don't hate it. I don't hate it, but it's maybe he was just trying to look to that side. Let's see the pressure. Sending the blitz. They're sending 6. Or they're sending 5 with looking out there. Okay, you got the 5. Shelton being pushed back. Braxton getting pushed back. Yeah, it looks like Herbert. Yeah. The thing with like the center too, the thing that's a little bit like when the punter was drafted, I was like, okay, he's a good punter, but he is a punter. Like a lot of us, we all said that, right? It's a fun pick, but it's hard because like it was such a deep center class. And I think something that the Bears have been seeming to do is like whenever there's a deep draft of some sort of position, we're not really taking advantage of that. Like we talked about the wide receiver class being very deep last year. Not in like the early rounds, but like in the later rounds, in that late first, early second, because we were talking about Ladd McConkey, who's been very good. We talked about Brian Thomas, who's been very good. We talked about Xavier Worthy, who's been very good, right? And I think something that the Bears probably need to do is, I think that what we need to do a little bit better of is look into the depth of the draft, because it was a very deep center class this year. Or it was, yeah, like a good center class, and we're seeing that with like Frazier looking like an all-pro already, and Powers Johnson not looking as great as I think a lot of us thought, but yeah. Again, they show that it's a zone look, quick throw. DJ's good. When he's not whining, like this is the DJ that we missed, right? Where he's not all pouty. All right, let's see what breaks down here. Okay, 2 here. Cole's just really not great at these these kind of wham little hits that we see on tape, because he ultimately gets beat. The only way that he can do anything is if he just goes to this hole right here and nothing. Also, when I saw this, I was like, can we just do one thing? Like, I think that like in the red zone, within 10 yards, okay, within 10 yards, no Swift and no 11, right? I think it's the best thing for everything, right? Because now you got Roshan. He's going to run it in like a man. Like that's a man's carry. Swift, like I said, Swift has earned my respect with the way that he's played. But it's just when you have this big guy, you hand it to the big running back. It's just simple physics. See how you're doing a little clear out there, kind of running a little counter. So you're perfect if you can just get past him in the hole, which he doesn't really do, but he gets pretty darn close. And then we know here, runs it into the left-hand side for a touchdown. But also, too, here's another thing on tape where, yes, it's cute having the person from Illinois be the fullback, but man, he doesn't really block anybody. Maybe he just wanted to get some people out there, but whenever he's blocked, it's usually like, oh man, he didn't really get anybody. All right, but let's see what's coming up next. We got run, pass, run, pass, run, pass, pass, pass. All right. I agree with you, Michael. He won't do anything crazy, but yeah, and that's why I loved like their whole concept of diversifying like the types of running backs, because I forget how small Swift actually is. He's like 5'8". Like he's like he's really small. Let's see here. Because yeah, you got him. Hoping that ever can hit that block. If he does, you got green light. Go. Good stuff. Well executed blocking. Got the play action. Deep developing routes. You kind of got this on the inside. Oh yeah, but he's cutting it out there. But you got him. Boom. What is this guy doing down here? Yeah, he just gets held up. He gets held up. That is thing of beauty. This is the one that I saw just going out there. I saw Ben Solak. So for those that don't know Ben Solak, now he works for ESPN. I don't know if anybody else like listened to him. I listen to him constantly. He's a very, very, very smart football guy. And yeah, like he was making jokes today on Twitter where like people were all panicky about Caleb, and he's like, yeah, he's going to be fine. And all the time he's like, he's going to be fine. Like people just, we're so many people were caught up in the whole instant gratification, because now people are going to say, well, now he's definitely like, how good is he going to be and stuff. But it's like, this is stuff that we see on tape. Like he didn't look like himself over the past couple of weeks, and you could tell something was going on. So yeah, and he's going to probably look a little bit more frazzled against the Vikings. That's just going to be the way it is, because the Vikings have some crazy exotic looks. That's just the benefit of the team. Right. Runs it, nothing there. Let's see where everything fails. Because you got good numbers. You got the safeties back, so it should go boom, 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 boom. So you got him shifting all the way over there. I don't love that, because you got them. It's like, personally, I would rather have it like Curran going to the next level, him hitting that, him just being left on his own island, and then you just get to the next level. Instead, they shift so that you got the double. He can't really go to that next level, so he's going to be wide open. I don't like this whole run design. So I think they have to just look at this because, yeah, you're expecting a lot of Pryor to do that. Pryor's not looking at him. Pryor thinks that Wright's got him because that's what I thought that they were going to be end up doing. But clearly they didn't do that. So gross run design, miscommunication by the offensive line leads to no yards. And yet again, they were audibling. So yeah, but let's see what we got up front. We got the tight coverage. They've been doing this a lot. Tight coverage, run back. So they're playing zone. Looking right. Ah, oh, man. He notices the zone, notices him run in. Yet again, this is a very good read from your quarterback. Very good read. Looking at here, he's got the decision. He can hit right there. Just very good read. Just a bit outside. You want Taco Man? I'll take a drink for you with the gross. Just a bit outside. Yet again, this is where I go down to just fundamentally. I like the decision. Rashawn Gary's good at football. Pushes back Darnell a little bit. Good question. Let's double check that. I actually didn't look that closely at that. Let's look at the next angle. Nah, it looks like it just goes right above his hands. Yeah. I don't think he really touched it. All right. Got the trips. The last second, he bails out, starts running over there. So kind of screams his zone coverage. And that's where you see the zone coverage. You'd love to see it a little short. And then you should hit that. Okay. Like to get that ball a little bit quicker out there. Because yet again, you got to have the little clear out. You have the clear out route. DJ running the clear out. You got him there. Boom, boom. Want to get that out a little bit quicker. Yeah. Agreed there, Michael, with that. And this a little slow on the read. And if we're looking at the blocking, Braxton get pushed back a little bit. This is where I'd be curious to see how Braxton would be at guard. Because yet again, he's a serviceable left tackle. But I think, oh man, they're all playing up at the line. You got Keenan, and look at this. Keenan just pops off his guy. You could, oh, but I don't like the route. The route concept is the thing that, oh, you could have that. But hey, he gets the first, and this was at 4th down too. So that's why they're playing up. But man, he beats him, but this is just that's a tough throw. He gets the first, lives another down. I like that. Would rather like to see Keenan because Keenan runs one of just the best route that I've seen him run all year, quite frankly. Man, all right, that is gross. Right there. Like, you just got that guy right there. And I think that's where, like, he sees him and he's just like, okay, yep, nope, I'm throwing it. And also, I said it. All right. Handoff. Oh, gosh. Yeah, like what Taco Man's saying, I felt like in that last play, there's a lot of good stuff that they could have potentially thrown it to. But yet again, it was a late call coming in, but yeah, you could have had better. But hey, we got the first down. Live to see another. But yeah, that's where, like to see the bigger play there. Block, 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 block. You have everything there. I think that's Van Ness trying to get a little fancy. Just gets skinny. Safety plays it aggressive. Just, man. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, I could. Yeah, disgusting. Very Bears-like. Well, I'll go with. McCaskey-esque. Well, block. Don't love that. And then we're running the same play that we did before. Oh, man. Just Coleman Shelton. Coleman Shelton get wrecked. You have the motion. He doesn't buy. Yeah. Safety doesn't buy the motion at all. And then, yeah, safety doesn't buy the motion. And then you have Coleman Shelton getting cooked. Okay. Looks like a little zone. And boom, you got DJ across the middle. I don't like that. So you're looking right. You're not going to throw that because you got the fade. Fade's locked up. He's looking for the fade. Fade's locked up. Fades also don't work. You got that. So he instantly goes to his next read. DJ touchdown. That's a DJ touchdown. I don't know if it's 1 and then 2. But yeah, they're playing it deep. Just no chance. Man, DJ's wide. Love to have that back. Love to have that back. This is where he's a rookie, right? And I would defend this if he threw it like farther to the left, but since he threw it right there, it's like that's not a good pass. That's not a good decision. And the protection's there. The protection's there too for him to make this read. You can't fault that. That's just a bad decision. Bad decision by Caleb. All right, what do we got here? Okay. A little boot. All right, so you got short. Not really anything going on there. They're playing it well. Nothing really is going on. Yeah. Yeah, they read that perfectly. Played it well. Kudos to the Packers there. And kudos to Caleb to making that play. Let's see what we got coming up now. So now we have Caleb left end. So Caleb pass, run. Cool. Yeah, good play by Caleb. Okay, yet again. Yeah, Keenan for all those years. You'd think that he'd learn how to block. All right. 3 on one side. Okay, playing the zone. He sees the stop. Sees him going deep. Good read. Yet again, like he just, when it comes to zone, I think that the reason why he likes it so much is just because I don't think he sees this. It just makes sense to him. I think that like it just simply makes sense where it's like, okay, this person does this person does this, boom. But hey, from a rookie quarterback perspective, it's unique that he excels at the zone coverage. I just enjoy a good Roshan run. Like when he just runs for 7 yards. I don't know if anyone else is that way. It's just enjoyable. Got the duo concept. And then kind of the same thing that we saw before. Keenan's able to get to his guy. You got this. You expect one of them to get to the next level. Not really. This is similar to what we saw in the red zone, except Keenan, that guy was just a little bit farther, so Keenan could hit the block. And then Roshan, yeah, dude just moves forward. Good run. Good run. Solid blocking. So when he gets the head of steam, it's just hard to bring him down. Double. So then boom, boom. Kind of want that. You want one of them to come off. Okay. So you get that. But they don't fully get there. And what in the world? Darnell gets kind of just like caught up or held. Roshan busted out. Yeah. Weirdness on that inside. Monk, what's good? Saying I like Rojo as a kid. He's not a player. Runs like he's got cement in his cleats. Oh, R.I.P. Tristan Ebner. For those that have watched the show long enough, Tristan Ebner, I gave him the name Cement Shoes. And so Roshan doesn't run with that. Tristan Ebner ran with cement shoes every time that he would run with that football. I remember someone got pissed at me because I called him Cement Shoes Ebner. And then he like ran for what? Like he had like 150-yard carry in like training camp. And they're like, look, he's back. And it's like, no, he's not. And yeah, like, yeah, I don't know where he is now, but I just remember when he got the ball, it's like, man, he just runs with cement shoes. Roshan to me though, Roshan's a power dude. You know, he's got that power build to him. So he bypasses that. But here we got more of a max protect. You got 3 going out. So you're really kind of hoping you have DJ running kind of the clear out because you got trying to remove that deep safety. So you're trying to throw it into here. He's trying to go there. Just like good throw. Just, yeah. All right. You just have 3-on-1 here, and then you got 1-on-1s down here. Darnell just gets beat. But yeah, they see what's kind of going on with it, so. Yeah, ultimately dropped by Keenan. All right, you got the play action. I don't like DJ on this. just kind of. When did they run this? This is 2nd and 10. Yeah, I think he was thinking one of them was going to block there. Nothing there. Oh, wow. 10 of those cards. Yeah, Muck saying I thought Keenan had better hands. Everyone from LA just is damaged goods that we got. Gerald Everett. Keenan Allen, just like seeing. I mean, Keenan, to be fair, has actually probably had one of his better route running days that we've seen. That's not saying much. Darnell really just having bad case of just whiffing. Takes out 2 guys, and Darnell just kind of fails that play. Darnell was playing really well, but now they flipped. Yeah, keyword is had. Exactly. You know, I know like we were talking about it before. It's like it would be nice to have the deals and everything, but this is why, we're not there every single day for camp, and that's where it feels good that Keenan doesn't have a deal right about now. Much rather just like, yep, you can go now, Keenan. All right. Yeah, just very good read. He's instantly caught up. Good stuff. Okay, 3 hot, 3 wide receivers up. This is that play. You don't know if like DJ just wants to fake it a little bit just to keep him off. Just that little hesitation. But I mean, the ball gets there. If he's got it, he gets it to him. He gets it to him. But then, yeah, it comes back because I was like, wait, I thought that DJ was perfect when being targeted, but penalty downfield just because of the small little delay. Like to see that ball come out a little sooner, but good decision, good throw. Just getting some of the yards back. And the blocking. Yeah, they have 6 at the line. Drop it back. Braxton. Muck saying Tyler Boyd, perfect wide receiver 3. How is Boyd doing this year? I actually haven't looked. Because I know like when he was out there, he was one of the people we were talking about. I don't know. To me, I don't know. I like the idea of us like drafting someone in the 2nd or 3rd. And hard part, I mean, is when we drafted wide receivers, they haven't been great. But I like the idea of just bringing in younger guy, having DJ be that vet, Oh, here it is. There it is. You can tell Braxton's so happy. He's already celebrating after that block. Man, he's already like kind of high stepping it in. I love it. Boom. But it's just excellent. I got to say, these outside runs, I remember at the beginning of the season, I don't know who else remembers this. Before, like these were just gross. At the very beginning of the season, they're looking good. Oh man, I said gross. But they were. They looked real bad. All right, and this, we've heard now that this was actually like another one of these options. So this is why a lot of these passes might be off a little bit. So they said if this person is playing deep, then he goes the short. So he thought that he was going to the sticks or like going to the corner. He goes to the side. Miscommunication. Oh, yeah. I could imagine just like, yeah, when you just light up the little guy, it's got to feel good. All right, little run play. I think we were hoping we were going to get somebody offsides. Okay, got the 2, so you're hoping. So what the heck is going on down here? I don't think. I feel like Gerald Everett and them should be blocking that and try to push. Gerald wants to get to there. He wants him to have him. It's just they're supposed to switch off. Just honestly, good read. Honestly, that's a very good read by Roshan. That's a very underestimate. That's a good run by Roshan. The offensive line really wasn't doing much. He goes out, cuts it back, gets some yards. That's a very good run by Roshan right there. Sees it. They're playing a little zone. Say what you will about the Matt Nagy curls. They like him. And he runs them well. And I think a big part is like that's why they see such. The curls are really good against zone coverage because they sit back. He can hit those. It works. But he still can throw it down the middle of these zone coverages as well. So when you're talking about just quick passes, that's some of it. Okay, what's breaking there? Yeah, Laz saying getting a smaller wide receiver. Yeah, I feel like because like DJ is such a tweener, like he's a playmaker, but he's not like what you're talking about, like that small shifty one. So yeah, I get that. Like more that true slot guy. And I think that's the beauty of it too. You could get a good slot guy later. Like I think about oh God, who's McCaffrey's brother, where out of Rice, he was looking real good as just a slot. And also in those later rounds, there's so many good players that you can get. Jaden Reed was someone I loved coming out that was dropping me as people were like, yeah, he's just a slot player. And it's like, yeah, but he's good at football. And you can get him like in the 4th round. So I like that. Yeah, we have Scott, but I feel like Scott isn't a wide receiver, right? I think like that's the difference. Like when people compared Tyler Scott to Darnell Mooney was a wide receiver. But Scott is a running back that plays wide receiver. Like, because Darnell, he could run routes. He ran very, very good routes. I like Tyler Scott coming out. Love the draft pick just because, like, where they got him. But yeah, he's a deep guy. He's that more outside, deep ball receiver. But let's check out this block. We got the 2. And yeah, it's just, we're not getting to our players. Yeah, I do feel bad for Scott because whenever we see him, he's on the sidelines. He's got his pads on. And you're like, oh, man, we don't use you at all. Yeah, Scott doesn't block. That's true. McConkey, too. Very good. Man. All right, so let's see what he sees. So he's got the 5. He sees the 6 at the line of scrimmage. So expecting it to kind of go out a little bit fast if they end up blitzing because they got the 2 deep. And then he sees this. I mean, he has this open. This is wide. But he wants this. He wants to give his guy the shot. And they just get a little held up. It just looks a little awkward right there. But man, it was a pretty good ball. It's just like he just got held up. To me, I kind of like the idea of this is my thought at the wide receiver position. I still think like, yeah, you need a vet that not necessarily is like your number 3 or something like that. Kind of like a DeAndre Carter, but someone that's like an actual wide receiver. But I like the Packer model, which is you draft 2. Like whenever they need a position, they draft 2 of them. The tight ends, they draft Musgrave and Kraft, right? And so they're like, all right, one's going to hit, right? Because if they just drafted Musgrave, you'd be like, man, that was a bad pick. But now you forget about Musgrave because you're like, oh, Kraft's pretty good. And then they did the same thing with safeties, Bullard and Williams. And they drafted another one too. And then the same thing, they did that with Jair Alexander and also Josh Jackson. So they're not, I looked at their drafts actually crazy enough today. They're not better than anybody else at drafting. They just draft 2 at every position that they need. And when you do that, one's going to hit, one's not going to hit. And so it's just like kind of simple math that I really do like how they do that. So to me, it's like I would love for the Bears to draft 2 wide receivers just because I feel like that, because then you would still have Scott. You'd have like a vet. Oh, and this just real quick. Going to the actual thing. Yeah. All right, we need to draft 5 centers because, my God, I can't watch Coleman Shelton do more of this. But yeah, the problem is, though, it's like, well, how many draft picks do you have, right? And I'm fine with like later round, like I've said, later round wide receivers, just because, especially if you have your outside receivers. But let's get back to this. You got 3 up top. You got the space, so if anyone's running that out, yep. Same page as you, Caleb. That's exactly what you wanted to do. They showed that. That's what he goes. Love it. Like literally, I did not know that he was going to do that, but that was just perfect. Big stunt. Throws it in the face. That is great stuff right there. Yeah. I think too, like when we're talking about what the Bears might be able to do, obviously it depends on what happens with free agency, who's available. But it's like, yeah, I don't mind if there's like a really good lineman that you can get. Would not mind it. Who's the guy that we got from Washington? You mean Rome, or like, do you mean Washington the college or Washington the? Let's see. All right, so we got duo concept. So yet again, as we all know, block, get to the next level. Not great. Finds the hole, gets the yards. It's crazy when you watch the tape and you just go like, literally, if people hold their block for like a half second, you get like 5 yards. Oh, and here's the play that Packer fans are still complaining about. Right? They're like, because what? This isn't even a big play. This is just 2 yards. Okay, we got the block. picked up a center? I did not see that. All right, let's see what we got. Looking left. Short out. Just good play. I don't love it. Just good throw. Who did we get from the Commanders? Oh, Stromberg. Okay. Yeah, we've had Stromberg. Like I thought we had him last year too. Thought that we picked him up for a little bit. Hey, Shadrax, what's good, my friend? How you been? I only said gross a couple times, so I've just been enjoying the whiskey now. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's take it back. They've been doing this a lot. Little out. Good play right there. All right, how many more plays do we got? This is about 6 minutes left. Getting down to the final wire. But this is kind of the problem with the Bears that what we've had. That too. Fires it out. Boom. Yeah, that's the thing. I thought, yeah, Stromberg, I remember, was more of a guard, I thought. Oh, nice. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. We got the trips. We're seeing some man coverage. Quick out. He could also hit that too. Yeah, we did. To the practice squad. Look at that. Yeah, I just looked at it. Yeah, I remember Stromberg coming out like them in the what? Oh yeah, this was yeah, we were trying to get them off sides, end up not. This is the thing, like we get close and then we just no cigar. And I mean on that last play too, because that was the Keenan catch. Or Rome. Yeah, I felt like we could have done a little bit something on the inside, but all right. So now here we go. Sack. I think we all know these by heart now. Yeah, Kramer needs to be replaced. He definitely needs to be replaced. That's a good point. Okay, we got the push back there. Yeah, Braxton just gets beat there. Has to step up. Steps up into it. You know, you could roll out, but it's yet again Braxton just gets cooked there. Just gets pushed right back. Yeah. Nothing there. He was looking there, just gets pushed back. Yet again, Braxton. Yeah. That's just a pure beat. I don't know when could he throw it? Because when you're looking at this, you could like let it rip. I think he wanted to look and then let it rip. He doesn't. Good throw. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the $1 million question, Shidrax. If we get rid of Kramer, yeah, who on earth is going to be able to fumble it on the one and whiff blocks as our fullback? That's why I want to see Amagaji as the fullback. Just as a Bears fan, it's like, I want to see him. Because, yeah, Kramer hasn't really done much. This is just such a bold call. I mean, you look at everybody else, too. Like, this is 4th down, and they're all just all over him. Like, they totally expect it to be that. I mean, that's the only person you can throw it to. Everyone else is locked up. The fact that he does that is ballsy. I don't know another word besides that to describe what he does there. Packers lock up their guys. That's just great. Speaking of great, the great Colin Johnson celebrating that too. Oh, that's a good play. That's a good throw. Brown's offense honestly looks a lot. I hate saying it. It's similar, right? Like it's not like anything too crazy or too nuts. But I just feel like I think that the bigger thing is like Caleb just looks confident. You know, like Caleb looks confident. There's a couple really good reads too. Just like the offense just looks more consistent. The running game blocking has not been great, but yeah. And yeah, I agree with you, Michael. Like those are the catches that Rome was making. I just like that we're giving him a shot. That's the thing with Caleb's throws too. It's like just giving them a chance is all they really want. Like especially as a wide receiver. And then after this, nothing but sadness happens. So let's break this down and we can kind of talk a little bit about this. And then we'll flip over to the defense. And then we can kind of break that down just to kind of talk about what we think about let's just break down the offense and we can break down the defense. So what did we see? So let me know what y'all thought, because to me, with this offense, like Shidrax asked the perfect question. What do I think about Brown's overall offense? Well, I don't think that it was like anything groundbreaking or anything amazing. I just thought that it was simple. It was just kind of getting back to the basics, getting the ball out quick, having a lot of those little kind of curls. There were some pretty cool play designs and different elements like that. So thought it was good. Just nothing like wowed me from the offense or anything like that. It just kind of looks similar. But yet again, like what we talked about, it's more so the morale of the team, what they feel about what's going on with it. And yeah, I agree. Like took the words out of my mouth. More of that rhythm that we never really kind of saw. It just looked a good, solid offense. But I really just think that Caleb was taking some of those easy things, just looked more comfortable and was just getting the ball out. So still plenty more that Caleb can improve on, right? He's not a polished product. He's not a finished product yet. There were some missed throws. There was also some throws that he could have made, touchdowns that, yet again, another touchdown to DJ Moore, we just simply did not see. So that's the thing. But overall, it was good, right? I think kind of like what we expected. This is not an A offense. It's kind of that B, like B minus, just a good offense. That's what you want to see, especially going against a good defense. So good play for the Chicago Bears there. And I agree with you, Shidrax. It is on to the defense. And also, look, the poll has flipped over to win some games. 55% saying win some games, 45% saying tank for the pick. Like I said, I was kind of expecting a little bit more for the tank for the pick. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised. All right, so let's go over to the Chicago Bears. And let's actually, I'm just going to do this. We're just going to go Jordan Love. We'll just do all of Jordan Love's snaps. How many snaps do they have? Only 47. Jesus Christ. We had 74. They had 47. All right, let's look at this first play. Actually, let's do what I forgot. On defense, we like to do it this way. Let's go with all the rushing. Nope. Let's do Bears. Defense. Play situation. Rush. Or they got the... Let's do this. Sorry about this. This is the thing about live podcasting. Let's do inside the tackles first. Let's do it this way. Do inside. All their inside the tackle runs. Let's look at the running first. Yeah, got to line them up here with the bourbon. Let's see how this running defense gets handled. Okay. So yeah, they have that trapped pretty darn well. Javon's there. Cowork gets back. Honestly, this is kind of a big Tez effect. Because you look at this, he seals the edge and then seals this back to kind of force him back. You have the force back there with Javon and Sweat. Good play there. And then Cowork just sticks with his guy. That's good. Not terrible. 1 yard. All right. Look at this. Feel a lot better. Now I don't feel better. All right, let's see what ends up happening on this play. They kind of run a little bit of misdirection. So they have that. Kyler's going this direction. Still kind of looking that way fully. They're in the middle. Darrell's there, gets blocked. Pickens is turned around. Then Williams jumps over there. Edmonds has to try and jump back. And they just... It's crazy how that middle... Because you look at this, it's like the middle is completely... And he just runs right in here. Because Williams gets pushed out of the way. Taylor's blocked up, but gets off. And then you have Myers gets to the next level just to stop a little bit. But yet again, this is run blocking. You just see Chris Williams just get blown out of that way. And Chris just not being able to hold his own gap gets manhandled. Exactly. All right. Josh Jacobs just hitting the juke stick the whole time. We got base defense out here. All right. Got the duo. We're trying to run a little stunt here. So everyone gets kind of caught up right in there. You have two people right here. So one of them should be able to make the play. So yeah, they're all completely caught up. Edwards wants to make that. They get to Edmonds. Yeah, because then they're able to get to Edmonds. Sanborn, from what I was seeing, was having another bad game. Sanborn has been bad this year. Like, hate saying that. Sanborn's been bad. And honestly, like, Hicks is back there. It's up to Jalen to get that. Jalen gets the tackle, but that's how the rushing game is. They play it as best as they can, that 6 yards. All right, let's check this out. We got our better defensive tackles out there. Okay, they got the 2. Boom. They got a lot of stuff going on in this. They got the 2, they got the pull. So you're expecting them to kind of go this way. They start closing out this way. They're able to shift. 74 is able to get there. You want Hicks to kind of hit there. He just falls forward. And that falling forward is the difference between 3 yards and 5 yards. We got, what, 1 sack this game? Yeah, it was like for like a yard. Yeah. I was hoping that we'd at least get some sort of sack, but okay. We shift. Cowart's there. Martin. Okay, so then you got Sanborn. Sanborn with the play. All right. Sanborn really makes that play. Darts in. I will say, I'm liking what they're doing on Sweat's side. Because I agree, like, okay, so PFF, yeah, I thought I saw that too. Sanborn had a low score. Sanborn has not. I'm a Sanborn lover, but yeah, he's not been good. Then yeah, Sweat. I agree. Like Sweat's been not great. And then, but honestly, on these run snaps, he's been looking so far so good. Like a lot more impressive than I thought. Dex has been okay. And I think that's where too, like the people that hype up Dex because of his stats. Yeah, like when you put on the tape, like Dex isn't doing anything that is changing the game. Kind of that like that X factor, that game changer, the Tez factor as we call it, right? He's not doing anything like that. He's playing very well, but he's not playing like a superstar. So hopefully another year, but like I've said, the fact that he's doing this is actually very impressive. That he's playing the way that he has, because you ask a Florida fan, they'll tell you every year they thought he was going to do well, but he never did. But now the fact that he's doing well for us, like good stuff. All right. So with this, I accidentally right-clicked. So yeah, they got the double right there. He's going to play that cutback. You got the running, so Byard at least sees that. You have him there. So you have the numbers. We have him in the hole, and yeah, great play. Really great play. That's hard too. Like a Byron Murphy, Jared Verse. Those were 2 guys that I really liked. I know a lot of people like. I still stuck with like Jared Verse just because it's like he's always been a good player. He was actually my second highest graded defensive end, not this year, but the year before. And yeah, the fact that it's like, oh wait, he's staying back. Yeah, he's going to be my like. I kind of mentally was like, yeah, he's my D end one. Like he's so good, and he has been phenomenal. But yeah, it's like if we had one of those guys right now on this D line, totally just skipped one of those. Yeah. Verse opposite Sweat. My whole thing was like Verse was a big power guy, but also like he had such like everyone I thought discounted his flexibility. I really liked Verse's flex. Like I liked his bend. I thought that he had some pretty decent bend. All right, this is how you block this. This is textbook. You got everybody there. He goes right up the middle. That's perfect blocking. Literally nobody gets off their guy. Everyone's moving back. That's textbook blocking. Also, yeah, I know, because I know like the talk is like, should Thomas Brown be the offensive coordinator even if Matt Eberflus gets fired? My take, no. I mean, so far, like he's been good. I like it. But like so many times, it's the last time that we had a holdover with the new offensive regime was Chris Morgan. We all want Chris Morgan out. So, you're right. Like you kind of want them to bring in their own guys. It's just kind of hard with it all. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, number 1 defense in the red zone. Like that's the thing. Oh, and Chris Williams just getting. Here's the thing, Chris Williams, I feel there's been a couple games where he's just been awesome. He's just been shoved back like crazy right now. Good play. Yet again. Yeah. 4 yards. How many more plays? Because I thought it was only like 17. All right, let's check out the actual blocking angle. Okay. All right, Williams at least gets some disruption. Byard goes a little bit too far. I thought Byard could have played it a little bit better. Then he, yet again, kind of switches it from, it would switch it a little bit less. Oh, man, I don't even want to see this play. Yeah, as we saw, missed tackle up the middle. Yeah, they get the double. They're just shifting them over. And so it's really just up to Hicks. Like, Hicks is the guy that has to make this. Just overcommits, misses the tackle. Tries to arm tackle him, and yeah, that's on Hicks. Brisker makes that tackle, right? Like, that's... Oh, man, they're just moving. They're just creating space on that right-hand side. And also, too, like, Walker has kind of gone back to normal Walker mode. Like, Walker was so good at the beginning of the season. And now he's, like, playing like we expect Walker to play. All right, so what happens here? Okay, they are just shoving that over. And this is what you want out of this block. Just freaking diving at the feet because you just have to hold them for a little bit. This is a phenomenal block by the tight end. And then they just double that. This is great execution. You got Tom getting to the next level, blocking your linebacker. They double to just shove, Javon out of the way. And then look, they're 5 yards downfield. 5 yards downfield, and the only person that can make the play is cut. I was hoping that we would have gotten like T'Vondre Sweat. That's where like I liked a lot of the second round picks. Drink, Shydrex. All right, we got some blocking. Well, let's see what we got here. Double. They're going to try to hit there. Byard gets down into it. Byard's been making some halfway decent plays. Like, out of everything, like, Byard has been one of the best free agent signings that we've made. Okay. We did something. Okay. So they're running the duo. He's on the ground. Gets back up. And who was that? Okay. Chris Williams. On the ground, makes the play. Like we said, Chris Williams, he's a young, athletic dude. He's got the potential. That's just what he does. He'll make some really good plays and make some really bad plays where he's giving up, like, getting pushed back 6 yards. There we go. Yeah, nothing you can do there. Let's go over to the outside tackles. Okay, only 8 of these plays. I have a feeling our outside run game is not good. I feel these are going to be bad. This looks like another bad play by Sanborn. Yeah, thank you, Shy. And also, yeah, everyone, smash that like button. Greatly appreciate that. All right, so they locked these guys up, so we have the linebackers in place. And just literally out of position. He's not guarding that outside. And we saw this last week, or was it last week? Yeah. I think it was last week or the week before that. A lot of Jack Sanborn was him trying to be a little bit overly aggressive. And because of that, people just were beating him. They were cutting it back. Oh, gosh. Man, why did they not do outside zone more often? They must have switched to inside zone. Like, these outside zone runs are just working. Going to the outside. Looks like he's out of the play. Boom, 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 boom. And look, like, it looks like we're in, like, pretty decent position. Instead, Zach Tom is an athletic lineman. He gets here. This is the thing. Like, our linemen are not this athletic. Just big miss tackle by Pickens. I mean, Pickens gets to his guy, just misses. Yeah, we definitely need a bourbon sponsor. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of, like, Flaviar, that, like, whiskey of the month club. I've asked them because I'm like, I would love to be sponsored by them. Because especially, like, during holiday season, like, it's actually one of my go-to, like, gifts for, like, a boss or something like that is a whiskey of the month. You know, where it's like whiskey of the quarter. But yeah. Yep, this is all Edwards right there. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably send a message out to that Whiskey of the Month club again and see if we can do a discount or something. Yeah, let's check out this run a little bit more. So they bear down right there, run to the middle, tries to bust it out. And this is where, like, I will say I really like how Montez has been playing. I wish that we had like the stat of when they run to the left or to the right, because when they run to Montez's side, when he's out there, he does do well. All right, I want to see this outside. Oh, nice to have Kyler back. Kyler's able to disrupt that. He can't be blocked by a normal player like that. And that's where, like, when we get beat to the outside, it's because they have offensive linemen to the outside. When they do that, that's how we get beat. Yet again, when you run it to Montez's side, it gets, like, we see a common thread here. So I will give kudos here. Like, the way that he's been playing the run looks different, because when you see it here, no one's really holding their guy. Like, they put a tight end on him. He pushes him right back. He can't go inside. He has to go out. Give him some claps. Like, I got to say, I have not been that impressed with what we've seen from Montez Sweat this year. And I know, like, we were talking about this. Why did they stop being able to run the football? And a lot of what I'm seeing with this is him. Is the way that Montez was playing right there. See, and I do agree. I agree. Yeah, Chris, I see you're trying to, like, get a little rise. But yeah, it's a good, like, there's time. There's still a lot of time. All right. That's it. Don't really want to see the last bit. Just another little scramble to the outside. But no, I think that if we're looking at the running game, it's not great. But I think, like, if we're talking about what made it better and what made it, like, actually kind of be brought together, Montez Sweat, like, seriously, them trying to run it to Montez Sweat's side, I think this is where just getting more talented defensive linemen, the better. Like what we were talking about, as we were dreaming about getting Jared Verse and dreaming about getting, Josh Sweat and other defensive ends and other defensive linemen. I think that's the biggest thing, is just getting more playmakers out there, just better players. I think overall is going to be the big thing. So let's go over to the offense. Let's go over to the passing attack. Let's switch this over to passes. Let me just do this. And let me switch this over. And then, perfect. And flip this over for y'all. Ooh, good question, Taco Man. Jalen Carter, stay with right. I still go with, like, I didn't like how we were set up by Ryan Poles in that situation, because best player is Jalen Carter. To me, it's Jalen Carter was a true blue chip defensive tackle. And he's been playing like one of the best defensive tackles in the league. And he's been one of the best ones out there. So to me, it's like, I'd still want Carter, I think, is the biggest thing. But yeah, like, you get into the personality and different pieces like that. But yeah, it's like best player is Carter. So, but the thing is, we didn't really have a right tackle that was even on this roster, right? But yeah, because even that draft in particular, I remember looking at there was really no other tackles that were good. Now, the only thing is then DeJuan Jones drops to the second. So technically it would have actually been like perfect because you could have walked away with DeJuan Jones in the second round and then Jalen Carter in the first. So, but yeah, the hard part with the whole Jalen Carter discussion too is the whole thing of his personality, like what Chris is saying too, like those issues. That was the big thing of that. So let's check out some of these pass plays. So we're playing a little man-to-man, or it looks a little zony, but yeah, man, ultimately, just everyone's really on their guys. He had a little bit of space, could have actually thrown it in there, but yeah. Dontavion Wicks is one of those players that, yeah, Wicks is just with his it was like a 20% drop rate. Okay, he got Sweat doing good. Nothing else really happening. Yeah, like what Chris is saying. Yeah, you can take those people with like the personal issues and stuff, but yeah, it's like if that's the thing about like your culture. That's the thing that I always like don't get with the Bears. It's like if we're all about culture and like bringing people in, yeah, it's like could we figure something out with that? All right, but let's see how the coverage ends up looking. Jalen gets beat to the outside. Don't love that. Ugh. Tyreek, what the heck is that? You're not even close. Yeah, Joe Alt's biggest downside was people were saying he was almost too tall. They're like, is he? We haven't seen someone that tall be that good at tackle. Like that's what people were like legit talking about. Also, it's nice to see Sweat's actually had a lot better of a game. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, man. No, I part of me is excited for the draft. Like I love the draft. That's always my favorite time of the year. It's just whenever we can go through all that. Yeah, I do agree with you there, Chris. Flus, he should be gone. Yeah. I'd love to see Ben Johnson, but I saw some people saying too, oh, and wait, so what they're doing here is they're just doing, we think our guy's faster than your guy. So they just play it to the outside. They're just playing, chasing right there. Yeah. I think the hard part too is I really like Washington, our defensive line coach, or like, D coordinator now, because what he's done with what was our biggest weakness, they looked really good at the beginning of the year. They're starting to tail off a little bit more, the D line, but I think you're just starting to see a little bit more injuries. Also, okay, this time, Stevenson, better coverage. So there's that. I haven't liked Sanborn. I haven't liked Sanborn this year. I hate saying it. It pains me. But yet again, Mr. Sweat, I owe you an apology. Yeah, you're going against a tight end, but you're the only one that's actually generating any pressure. I also saw like some people from the Bengals. Some Bengals fans were saying Ben Johnson to them. I'm like, God, dang, that might actually be a really good spot for him. The rare missed tackle by Kevin Byard. I was just about to say, Kevin Byard's so good. Yeah, I think Taylor just I think he just kind of dropped off. I think he just kind of as the statistical regressed back to the mean. I don't know. It felt like when Martin and actually now he's a little banged up too. I know that he was on the injury report for a little bit. He must have just been truly healthy and just looked really good and then got banged up a little bit. Okay, we're playing deep. Oh yeah, he's got all the underneaths. Yeah, we're just playing sloppy. So we're kind of playing like a cover 3-esque. But yeah, we're playing real far back. When is this? Second quarter. Is this? Okay, so 3rd and 11. So we're just trying to protect the line. But yeah, you see Tremaine Edmonds go in to try and help out. And because of that, yeah, Tremaine leaves his zone. And then Kyler tries to push up. Yeah. So here's the thing, too. Bobby Slowick just got demoted, I thought, too. I think that's the thing with offensive coaches. I think he just got. So the person that I actually also want to call out and actually let's just see how this D line looks too. The one of the coaches that I actually want to mention that I'm actually not a big fan of is I've seen Brian Flores be talked about a lot, and I have on good accord, and then also some good pushback here. I have on good accord that you don't want Brian Flores. Brian Flores is a defensive coordinator, and I've heard from people that are close to the Miami Dolphins that the reason why they hated Brian Flores is because he wanted to own everything. He wanted to own the offense. He wanted to own he wanted to be Belichick type of deal. And it's just he's a very, very alpha type of dude. And which is great because he in Miami, in Minnesota, he owns that. And also, first off, the guy's way back here and he literally gets 10 yards, man. Come on, Tremaine. But the whole thing with Flores is that Flores wants to own the offense as well. That's why in Minnesota, he has such a good opportunity because he wants to own everything that he can own. So he owns the defense. So because of that, the defense is great because he owns it and he's able to do that. But from a source, you don't want him as your head coach because, and I really liked him before knowing that you don't want him as your head coach because he's just an alpha dude. And he's just very, very, very controlling over the offense, which you don't want from your defensive coach. Vrabel, I'm kind of up in the air. But yeah, Ben Johnson's definitely number one. To me, you gotta go Ben Johnson. All right. Some motion, some zone, super high single high. Letting up. Oh, man. Edwards is out of position to the side and just 1st and 10, and we're just playing really far back. Give Jacob Martin more snaps. He's kind of the new Darrell Taylor. Vikings is going to be tough. Yeah, and here's the thing about Flores, right? People can change, people can learn different things, right? Well, maybe like, because it's like maybe he learned his whole thing. That's where like you hear all the stuff with him and Tua, where like that was not a good situation that they had. Night Taco Man, bear down. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. A lot of blitzes next week. Yeah. Todd Monkins would be interesting for sure. Good call. I heard Liam Cohen. That was someone that we were talking about with like the interception. Again, just Edwards just seems to be a little out of position, like on these last couple things that we're looking at. Kellen Moore, I'm always kind of curious, like, why did they move on from him? Right? Because like Kellen Moore always had like a good offense. So yeah, I liked him. Yeah, Harbaugh would be awesome. Yeah, Ben Johnson. Like to me, it's Ben Johnson is the prize. The other person that, I mean, some people. The other thing that like kind of intrigues me is the OC over at the Falcons. Even though that the Falcons just like put up like 6 points, just because he's so unknown. But oh man, they run this perfectly. They just completely clear out everybody. And I think Edwards messes up again. That's what it looks like. Unless they're playing a zone. But yeah, no one's over there. Yeah, Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson, the thing is, like, for next year, maybe not, but like Zach Robinson just intrigues me just because he's from the data side of things and just very, like, a lot of people are really liking who he is. So, yeah, he's an interesting candidate. But I gotta say though, I really liked how Brown looked so composed in the just how composed he looked in the booth. Oh, but look at this. They just were playing zone. They flip that. Yeah, they get Jalen there. Yeah, Sam. It looks like since we're playing a zone, Sanborn's not supposed to be back. That. Zach is at the Falcons. Look, two again. Martin's good, man. Martin's been playing very, very well. He needs more reps. Yeah, the Falcons have been up and down. That's the only thing. Is that Atlanta seems to have not super consistent performances. That's where like a Liam Cohen has gone up because they're like, you see what he's done with Baker. That offense was not supposed to be good. They don't have their wide receivers anymore, and they're still able to do stuff. Good point. Good point. Hey, look at Pickens doing something. We're just like playing super far off of these guys. Yeah, Ben Johnson, however much money he wants, pay him. Look. I need to stop looking at the defensive line. We have the next angle for that. They're going deep. And what type of coverage are we playing here? kind of like a cover 3, but it's confusing. Man. It's at this moment I wish we had that solar death ray that they have at the Dallas Stadium that blinds anybody. Like, that was just a gross looking coverage that we had. The thing I like about Johnson is I'd rather give a shot, right, to get like the next guy, because when you talk about Ben Johnson's coaching tree, he doesn't come from any specific coaching tree. Like, you could probably trace it back, but like a lot of he kind of does his own thing. And that's the thing that I really like, is that he really does kind of have his own style. He's doing things his way. And he just flat out falls. Classic Packers. Right. Just classic, like, just get lucky. Yeah, I'd rather, like, if we hire Ben Johnson and Ben Johnson's a complete flop, I'd be here to tell you, like, hey, you know what? I'm glad we went after it, right? Like, Eberflus, when he was fired, when he was hired, I wasn't like, oh my God. It was like, we'll see how this goes. I don't know. To me, money with this stuff is money. Also, where's the D-pad? Yeah. But that's it. Actually, it felt like a little quicker, but that's it. Felt like we might have missed some, but that is what we have for the offense. We're at the perfect time. Bearski Film, what is good, my friend? Hope all is well. But let's see this. Oh, no worries. But yeah, so just overall recapping. From the defensive side of the football, Montez Sweat is good at football. And honestly, I didn't expect him to play that well. And the way that he was able to play the run and just really kind of hold his own against the run was something that I thought was very, very impressive that we saw on tape today. And also, he was one of the only people generating a push. Same thing with Jacob Martin. Besides that, defensive line, not a lot of push out there. But then when they were running it towards that left-hand side, they were able to get a lot of that push. Yet again, left side for them, not a lot of their good offensive linemen. But really, the only time that they got yards to the right was when they had a nice chip when they went after the legs of Montez Sweat to just try to get him out of the play, which it worked. But besides that, Montez was the big factor in the run game as to why we started to slow them down. The passing defense, some gross looking zones. I don't know. It just didn't look like our classic defense that we've typically played. We were really far back. Didn't like a lot of the stuff that I saw out of Edwards. But then also, if we flip over to the offensive side of the football, Thomas Brown, good play call. Like, nothing over the moon. Just kind of B- overall grade. As we know with Caleb, just continues to play well. He is getting the ball out on time. He's showing some good stuff, but he's also showing some inaccurate passes, and he's also showing some other pieces. So, quite frankly, like, I know that the title of this is elite because I have to say what the title is before we actually watch the tape. And I saw everybody like kind of freaking out about Caleb. I thought it was just a good game. Like, I'm not going to be over the moon or anything like that. It's just, this is why we watch the tape. He's played like this before, and we've seen this before. And he's still a rookie. He has room to grow, and he still looks good. So then the other piece too is the running game. The blocking just needs to learn how to block and hold their blocks for a little bit of time so that Roschon and DeAndre Swift can do something. So thank you all so much though for sticking out here. Like this, these are long shows for, and this one was actually one of our quicker ones. So about 2.5 hours. Thank you all so much. So much fun just talking ball with you and just hanging out. So we'll see you all next time. And with that, Unbearable Sports Podcast, we are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad